The population of the colony has quadrupled in the days since Blue originally found himself stuck naked and alone here in the jungle. But now we have our man Joker, who has joined us. He was the first person to wander into Blue's little tribe. Now Flossie, of course, was abducted and convinced by Blue since her researching skills are top notch. And poor Furry, the most recent wanderer to join us, who was thrown in prison just temporarily so that he can get his mind right and establish the proper ideological beliefs. But the colony is definitely on the up and up, guys. Thank you so much for joining me once again. My name is Ryan, and this is the Blues Return series. We're on episode 5. If you're just tuning in for the first time, I've got a link to the playlist down in the description for you. Plus, all my other RimWorld stuff is there too. So if you run out of stuff to watch in Blues Arena here, you can tune into some of my other stuff. I definitely recommend the Toxic Waster series. It's a pretty good one. Anyway, guys, thank you again for joining me. Let's speed up a little bit and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Oh, this might be the 4th or 5th time now that Joker has gone on a mental break. It says he was insulted again. Let's check this out. Looks like, I'm not sure, Furry viciously insulted Joker's family. Oh, that's unfortunate, Joker, but I don't think he's had a single violent outburst yet, so all in all, it hasn't been too challenging in terms of the mental breaks, but looks like Furry is not being as cooperative as we'd want here, and unfortunately, he will be our third pawn to adopt the ideology once he does finally, so which essentially means nobody has the conversion spell available. I have not been able to promote anyone to the priest level, but on the bright side of things, Flossie is on the verge of a major breakthrough here. She is learning the secrets of electricity from the ground up. We thank her very much, Flossie. Wonderful pawn, picked up from a refugee quest and ended up abducting her, which was, I think, the best decision Blue's made so far. But otherwise, we are still working on the more primitive side of things down here. Of course, our wooden traps will probably stick with us all the way through the industrial and high-tech ages here in the colony, hopefully, if we get that far. But we're starting to lay out just a few, actually. You can see I've got the walls themselves very generously lined with wooden traps here. Of course, in the jungle, wood is not an issue, but I'm starting to set up a few around the edges of what is kind of our, primitive kill box here, which we're going to continually deck out and stuff. And yeah, if you missed the last episode or recent episodes, these roof supports have already come in handy in one of our raids so far, so I definitely recommend you check out the previous episodes. But it's been an eventful run so far, so let's keep things focused here on the heart of the colony, and we'll just keep an eye on our boy Joker. Oh no, well, speaking of violent outbursts, we just got the pop-up. Furry has gone berserk. Look at that, the reason was no recent conquests. Of course, that's directly tied to his current ideology, which we're trying to scrub him of his beliefs. So, man, this always presents a challenge, especially when one of our people is already down for the count. But we're going to grab both of our people. Now they're, of course, carrying firearms. So thanks to our little simple sidearms mod, it's very simple to switch them over to just fists only, which we're going to do. Come on up here, Blue. Whoops, I'm going a little too fast there. But yeah, so we can just open the doors and hopefully take Furry out. Now, I think that the furries typically do get a bit of a bonus in melee, so this could be a little scary. But the good news is our boy here specifically is a delicate little Etakin, so maybe, and of course that means his pain has increased. Or no, it actually increases damage. Yeah, so we'll see. Oh, fall back, buddy. Let's let him out so both of our people can surround him. And now we'll just hit him with our fist. Of course, the intention is not to kill him, just to knock him out. And fists typically just, elicit bumps, bruises and cracks, I should say. But I've seen fights with fists become lethal, so it is always, yeah, there's just a bruise there. It's always touch and go. Oh, look! Oh no! Flossie! I forgot this lady has a hook hand. And she just mauled Furry with it. Oh, poor Furry. Oh, well, that's what you get, buddy, for going on a murderous rage. Yeah, Blue's going to take care of himself. Flossie snaps into action. And if I could get Joker over here, we'll rebuild the door. But, wow, that's funny. Damn you, Flossie, and your hook hand. Well, Furry's outburst cost him a permanent scar on his left eye, thanks, of course, to Flossie's hook hand. I'm sorry I cursed at you, Flossie. I do love you, hook hand. But we will eventually get this hook hand replaced with some nice bionic at some point. But Randy's thrown a couple of events at us. We've got some Thrumbos who have come to join us, and a dark scholar named Sinclair, who is walking right past the Thrumbos, covered with twisted scars, is approaching. He wants to talk. Yes, yes. Now, I'm assuming this is probably from the new Anomaly DLC content. So we'll talk to him, see what he wants. Everybody's asleep now, though, even the Thrumbos and the monkeys. So this guy, of course, shows up at an odd hour. But we'll see. We'll see what this guy wants. And I don't know. We're kind of full on people, so I hope you don't want to join us here. He's kind of creepy anyway. Well, the animals are sleeping pretty soundly over here. Haven't quite built them a barn yet, but I am starting to clear out their little area so we can maybe plant some hay in here for them, or just give them more room to grow grass naturally. But trying to keep the animals limited at the moment. It's tempting to go full bore with the elephants and recruit like 4 of them, or tame, I should say. But for right now, especially since our actual trainer slash tamer is still in prison, but it's time. Let's see what this weirdo wants to talk about. He wants to join. Allow him to join. Send Blue to capture. Send Sinclair away. Dark Scholar slouches in place, lifeless and silent. Only his eyes seem alive, as if he could look inside you. He says that this is where he belongs and asks to stay for a while. His tone indicates he will not take no for an answer. Animals are skittish around Sinclair. He has the unnatural power to deform the flesh of living creatures, causing them to erupt into piles of twisted meat. Claims to use this gift only to butcher animals, but it's clear he could easily butcher a person. He may be very useful, but you also sense there's something Sinclair's not telling you. Let me actually look at him real quick. And also, Psychic Slaughter. I've not seen this one. Psychopath and Pretty. Weird. Of course, he's the wrong ideology. That's not us. I'm nervous, though, because it does say that he won't take no for an answer. Does that mean he's going to become hostile? Doesn't have anything. I think I might go ahead and grab the other 2 and bring them down here just for a little backup. Joker's got a shotgun, so that should be helpful in this situation. But let's just wait for the rest of the colony to arrive, and then we're going to turn him down, I think. Okay, here we go. So I've got our people standing right by the door. Yeah, this is how we say no to people, as we shoot at them. You never know. They could have some decent resources. Plus, I noticed... I thought that was actually armor. Whoops. Sorry, Sinclair. I guess that was kind of unnecessary. Oh, well. Yeah, that's what you get for being a creep around here, buddy. This is an equally creepy colony, so you better watch yourself. This colony may be a brutal one, but we are no longer going to be researching in the dark, thanks to our latest breakthrough, electricity. So it's probably highly recommended to go straight for the battery afterwards. That will be nothing for Flossie. Oh man, look at this. She's literally got a shotgun in front of her. I'm holding her at gunpoint in order to research. Do it, Flossie. Work harder. It's crunch time. No, I'm just kidding. That's just there because Furry dropped it. But let's check out Furry's progress. Oh my god, it's minuscule. What is up with this guy? He is steadfast. That actually might make it more difficult. Oh, Eclipse has hit us. Well, we haven't gotten that far into the electrical fields yet, Randy, so your solar eclipse is pointless to us. You have no power here, sir. Looks like we've got an abundance of produce here and no meat to go with it. Also, the pemmican stores are getting a little bit low. Less than 500 for 3 people. That's just not enough. We are doing pretty good on Psyche tea, so in order to cut down on the wealth, I've actually set most of our zones here so they are not harvested or cut, but not a big deal. We've also got a decent amount of herbal medicine, so it's good I like to allow them to continue to sow but not cut, because then when we do need something, as long as there's no fires or incidents, should be able to just click this and they'll be ready to harvest it, especially here in the jungle when we have a year-round grow time. But speaking of meat, it is time. No, we're not going to eat the weird stranger guy. That's not what we're doing. We're going to shoot at one of these elephants. Where was it? Damn it, there was one that was separated. It was this one that was marked. I wanted to shoot the one that was far away from the others, but looks like he's rejoined his herd, which is not good for us. I think what we might do, let's pull back closer to the door, because these guys are fast and, of course, extremely deadly. If we can just anger him. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these 2 people just back here. Joker's got the shotgun, so we'll grab Blue. I think he's probably got the best speed. I mean, he's at 100%, so that's as good as we're going to get. All right, let's take a shot here. It's still possible we only provoke the one. Okay, he's running. We'll move a little closer. This is actually good, because now this guy right here is all on his own. And, oh, damn it, just got out of range. These pistols are annoying. Nice. All right, so it is now pissed off, and we're going to turn off run and gun. Just run, Blue. Run behind the embrasures, sir. Oh, look, it just hit the traps. I mean, at least that shows they're in good placement, right? There we go. Unload, kids. Take it out. Dinner is served, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay. He's switching sides. Ah, we've done it. Beautiful. It wasn't pretty, but hey, it's gonna feed the colony for many, many moons now, thanks to this boy's sacrifice. And of course, if we need more, there's a bunch here. Once Furry joins us too, I think we'll attempt maybe to tame one more. We'll see. Oh, the hits just keep on coming with this little Furry. I get it, dude. You don't like being in prison, but unfortunately he is now gone on a tantrum. Literally no sooner was he ambulatory before he started hitting stuff again. Luckily this isn't violence towards people. He had no recent conquest. Of course. I've been paying close attention too. Every time Blue talks to him, it reduces his certainty by 2%. So it's going to be a long process, but the good news is it'll help boost Blue's social a little bit too. Now, big question, what do we go for next in our research? Probably want to backtrack here a little bit. Complex clothing, I think, is our next big one, certainly. Unfortunately, we don't have a really good crafter yet. Blue has kind of filled that role, making some backpacks and some crappy clothes for our people, but we've got the furniture, so yeah, we'll focus now on clothing, just to be prepared in case somebody else comes around. And I am hoping somebody will start to make some backpacks. I've realized those are some of the best trade items, because multiple types of traders will accept these, like from everybody from bulk goods to even military traders want backpacks. So it's a good compromise in terms of trade goods. But anyway, just a side note there. As you can see, Furry's gone back to bed, so everything settles down again. It's quest time, everybody. Check it out. Patrick's Pebble Mints. It sounds like some sort of strange dessert or something. I don't know. But 51-year-old Patrick, who I can't tell what he's all about. I used to have a mod installed that allowed me to see these kind of people, but I guess I've forgotten to install it in this pack. If anyone has a good recommendation for a mod like that, let me know in the comments. But we will accept this. 50 Pebble Mints sounds like a lot, but they're pretty slow. And of course, with our embrasures, I've mentioned this before, it does make animal assaults pretty much negligible. It is a bit annoying when they traipse through my traps and destroy them all. Well, I'll just have to reset a bunch. But regardless, we should be able to just get some quick and easy shooting experience out of this. And I did notice that Patrick was labeled as a chef, which is very interesting. Let's take a look at him. He's going to go one of two ways. We'll allow him to stay, or we'll sacrifice him to Randy, which should relieve our next raid strength a little bit. Right off the bat, he's got a different ideology, so that's super annoying. Let's look at his background real quick. He is not a natural type, unfortunately. Means he can't help us to further any psychic contact with the anima tree. But most importantly, let's look at his bio. He's nimble. That's good for him. Dumb labor, intellectual cleaning. That's not great. He can cook. And he can do art, and he's social. He's pretty old. What's his health? Oh, he's got a cortical stack. You know, this is kind of a double-edged sword. It's good down the road, because, you know, if he dies, we can get him a new body. But right now, it just kind of functionally increases his wealth. You know, the overall value of Patrick here. But it doesn't give me a lot in return. Like I said, early on. Down the road, this will be cool. And I mean, Flossie's got one, too. Does Joker? No. Damn, I am super tempted to take this guy, because if we could get Blue off the job of cooking, that would be really, really helpful. Yeah, I think we'll take him. We'll accept Patrick. I hope he doesn't turn out to have like a metal horror implanted in him or something, but I don't know. We're still a little bit early for any too much like heavy-duty anomaly content, so I'm not actually worried, but we do need to get him inside and armed up with a weapon, because we've got some pebblements coming at us. Oh man, Randy did not give Patrick a lot of time, but ooh, these things make a horrible chittering type of noise, but they're pretty slow, so I think Patrick's going to outrun them. They are kind of tanky, though. As I recall, they have like a larger cousin that turns into rocks when you butcher them. I think these guys are similar. When you butcher them up, you get stones out of it, which is kind of weird. But either way, let's speed things up so they get here, and we'll greet them with open arms, and of course lots of bullets. Oh my god. Instantly, Patrick and Flossie get into a social fight. What was that about? This dude literally stepped inside the door and compared Flossie to a boom rat. It's the haircut, isn't it? Oh, you two. That's not going to get you out of firing squad duties, guys. That was funny, though. Literally, the moment he stepped inside the door, this man is insulting the only woman of the colony. They're pretty similar age, too, which is funny. Maybe that's his roundabout way of being romantic. Who knows? Who knows? But let's get these guys to the front line. And, yep, there they go. I'm going to start hitting my traps right away. Oh, nope, they actually missed it. Well, that's actually a bad sign. I'm sure some of them will hit it with the numbers they've got. Oh, Christ, look at this. They're just wandering right past my traps. Okay, well, that means I think we should probably move these guys. But as a rule, I don't actually move traps around. I just let them trigger eventually, and then we'll build others next to them. Moving traps can actually cause your pawns to set them off and injure or even accidentally kill themselves. Alright, so as long as Patrick's not bleeding from Flossie's hook hand, we're good to go. They'll recover from their bruises, but yeah, not much to see here. Like I said, I'll just let them fire, and they will get some shooting experience out of this. Well, looks like Flossie's leveled her skills up a bit since joining, but she's getting really pissed off, so I'm going to dismiss her. Patrick and Joker aren't doing great, but they're not quite as bad as Flossie. Get out of here. Go sleep or something. Luckily, we have definitely thinned out the herd. The Pebblements, they're tough little beasts, though. I think I'm going to pull everybody back. The remaining ones will either bleed out, or maybe they'll help us greet the next raid that comes by. But either way, speaking of greeting, everybody say hi to Patrick. He is, of course, like I mentioned, the wrong stinking ideology, but I think it's going to be a good addition overall. Now I've just got to go through the fun work of setting up his work schedule. Okay, well that wasn't too bad. Actually, he's very simple. Since he's kind of limited in what he can do, he's just going to be cooking and making art. Now the good news is we can turn Blue off of both of those duties. And I don't think I set him specifically to be the butcher or author in any of these ones. So that's good news. And now we just need to set up art table for this guy here. Hadn't even bothered to do that yet, but this room's getting a little crowded with the giant stelays here, so of course everything here is temporary. This room will probably end up being one stockpile room. Once we get a trade beacon, it's going to fit perfectly in the center, and we can trim down the walls or just leave them square and use the few extra little capacities we have to build something else. You'll see, it all makes more sense once we get things built, but we need a separate bunkhouse. In fact, that's probably what we're going to work on next. Let's go ahead and lay that out together, in fact. So what I like to do here, we'll plan out our build first, of course. I always use my planning tool to fill in hallways, which I go always 3 wide for. I like that. Nice space for the colonists. So this is just going to be a pathway outdoors, not necessarily a hallway, but if we wanted, we can continue this right into the mountain structure, and we can start to dig that out later on down the road. We're not really ready to break ground on the mountain yet, but it does kind of cross right here through some of the fertile soil, so that's a bit unfortunate, but overall we'll be okay down the road. We're going to get our growing operation underground at some point, that's right. But okay, so most importantly, we need to turn this on. Any orange or blue is unbuildable. We can't have structures on it until we get some water out of there. So you can see that gives us some pretty limited room. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a large bunkhouse, 15 by 15, pretty big. This will be able to accommodate the entire colony all the way through the end game here. We can fit quite a few beds in a structure like this, and of course it is going to be barracks type where they're all sleeping in one room. Again, once we get things built, I'll show you the benefits of that down the road if you're unaware, but ultimately it is more efficient, both through cost of resources and in terms of keeping their moods up to have them all in one barracks. But I'm just noticing this actually intersects right here. That's no good. Darn it, because we definitely want to take advantage of both of these. Well, let me just see if I can't figure something else out real quick. Okay, well, ultimately, I've just decided to cut down the size of the room. We'll do 13 by 13. Not a big deal. It doesn't have to be that side. We're not, like I said, going to put a trade beacon in here. And if I really wanted to, I could expand in this direction if we need to fit more beds. But we'll still be good through most of the game. I was going to put it down here, but then this one little patch of swampland. That's what this is, too, by the way. This is just technically a little marshy soil, can't be built on, but yeah, that one interrupted my plan, so we'll just go with something little here. Now, actually, I do have plenty of marble, so of course, if you're unaware, marble is the only wall type, at least unmodded, that will offer beauty when it's built to a room. So every little tile of marble wall here will give 1 beauty. And of course, like I said, that doesn't work with granite or any other base types. And I'm not going to do a marble door. We'll just go with steel for speed of entry. But there we go. Now we will need, since it's a little bit bigger than an 11 by 11 structure, we're going to need some sort of roof support. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. And just for cohesiveness, we use marble right there in the center. Perfect. So we'll let them build this, and then we'll start adding some furniture to our new bunkhouse. Oh no, Furry is once again fully healed, minus his left eye scar, of course, but Blue is trying to talk him. Let's see how we do here socially. Come on. Convert him, Blue. You can do it. Just one fell... wow. Oh, that was actually a really good job. He reduced it by 3% that time instead of only 2%. Good job, Blue. You must be getting a little bit better. He's still only a 5 at it. I think he's pretty much... They're all 5s. Wow. I do have Patrick set to help out a little bit. So also Joker. But Joker just seems to piss him off when he goes in there. Nonetheless, the good news is, as I mentioned previously, since he was a member of the colony when I arrested him, once we have converted him, I don't need to go through the process of actually breaking his will. We just release him, and he'll instantly rejoin. And he'll be the right ideology And that'll be the third ideology member we have, which means we can start to promote people, do conversion rituals, start to gain points towards, actually filling out the ideology itself here. We're just starting off with human primacy. But anyway, the building's coming along. So like I said, let's speed it up and get this done. Oh no, Flossie's got malaria. That's alright, to be expected here in the jungle. Tell you what, oh, did I delete my stockpile? How did I do that? Gosh darn it. Sometimes you do stupid things in this game. I honestly have no idea how that just happened. I noticed because there was no list of stuff here. I was going to look at my medicines. I probably misclicked at some point. Is everything else intact? I think so. I think the colony still remains whole, but it is annoying because I got to go through and reset everything. Okay, usually I keep the Glitterworld medicine reserved for emergencies, but I'm a little worried about Flossie. She is a very important pawn to me here. So we're going to hit her with the first dose of Glitterworld stuff there, because she did take a little time to lay down too. She wanted to have a meal of delicious pemmican. There we go. So that'll definitely probably put the immunity percent above the disease percentage, which is what we're looking for. And of course we can see that heads up now with the little red icon right there. But that'll change to yellow and then eventually green, signifying that she's pretty much guaranteed to survive. So we'll keep our eyes on that. We don't want to lose her and her precious little hook hand. All right, the art bench is up and running. Patrick is already hard at work. I've got a nice order. We're just going to start pumping out marble large sculptures. Yes, yes, yes. Of course, I reduced that ingredient radius down nice and tight just around the stockpile here. Very important late game. And everything's looking good. Let's check out the construction work down here. Ah, yes. So we're getting everything moved. This stuff is coming from the current barracks up top. Then we're going to get a whole nother set of beds. You can see the perfectly efficient setup there. Obviously, I didn't develop this. I picked this up from other YouTubers and stuff. But now down the road, what we can do, we can even do it now here together. Let's lay these out. Of course, the goal here is to have this set up so that the head of each bed is adjacent to this central end table, because that's the only way they'll get the benefit, the sleep benefits of that. Then you can just put the dressers right down the middle, or wherever you want, because they will affect all the beds around them. They don't have to be adjacent or anything. And you'll get a nice rest bonus here inside. And of course, like I said, you can really start to fit a lot of colonists in here. I could probably eliminate this, maybe put it on the sides too if I wanted, and then build another ring of beds in the middle. It might not be perfectly symmetrical. Actually, it would be. Look at that. Oh, that's super. Yeah, but with the roof support, it wouldn't be possible there. Maybe that's a good spot then to go ahead and lay out. So we can just get all these set up. And boom, whenever we need the beds, now I just go in and unforbid it, and it doesn't take too much wood, maybe 300 or 400 wood total right there, and each little block is ready to go. You can see this is a good setup just resource-wise efficiently. So we'll slap down the wooden dresser. It's easier to tell how much coverage that dresser is going to get once the beds are built, because then you'll see the lines go to it. So we might have to do a little bit more work with these, but I'm excited, guys. Things are starting to shape up. Of course, you can see I've got the lamps already going in. We don't even have any power producers up, but that's going to be the next big stage. I think once we get moved over here, we're going to start obviously with some wind turbines. Might as well slap those down too. Now since we're constructing out here, let's pull these up. Boom, look at that. That's going to fit perfectly. Okay. Now we've got two. You might have noticed this little structure here is in our way. So I'm hoping, I think we can check it too. Yeah, there's no roof there. So this rock here is just like a jutting of, low-level scree and stuff. And we can just clear this. It won't interfere. There won't be a roof there. Otherwise, it would be green like this. So that's perfect for a couple of those. Let's just check this out. I can put 2 more right there. Beautiful. I'll forbid these. Of course. Oh, wait. I just noticed. No, I placed those improperly because they were overlapping. Yeah, they would have blocked each other. That's where we want it, right there. That unfortunately means this one won't work because it's going to be intersecting with this. But that's okay. 3 is still pretty good. I think we'll start with 3 like that. Let's do that. And of course, still need the power. I've been instructed by some commenters in previous series since the anomaly update that this hidden conduit is basically immune to the power surges where you'll get those. Yeah, where it starts a little fire. If you've got all of this particular type of power line, you'll never have to worry about that again. So that's a good little tip. But there we go, guys. The colony is filling out already. We've reached electricity. And let me tell you what, it's a good time too, because Randy won't wait. He'll hit us with some mechs and stuff and some nasty raids, even if we're stuck in the tribal ages. So it's good to get prepared for anything. But I think we'll end today's episode right here. And of course, we're going to continue on with uploads every other day for the series at the same time frame. I really appreciate y'all tuning in for me. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're a new viewer. And of course, I will see you guys on the next one. Hey everyone, I just want to give a personal thank you to my Patreon supporters. Their contributions help make my work possible, and I am tremendously grateful to them. I'd also like to extend an invitation to you to help support my work on Patreon as well. Your donations allow me to upgrade my PC and avoid the dreaded hardware despair. It also gives me more time to devote to new projects and create longer content such as live streaming. No matter what you decide, thank you for visiting my channel.